Hi, my name is Joe Sharon, and today I would like to cover a topic that is becoming less and less frequent in today's society: eating a home-cooked meal as a family together. Put yourself in this scenario. You're out to dinner with your spouse and 5 other children, or 5 of your children. Waiting on a table at a restaurant can be a very frustrating task, especially when the children start fighting with each other, and you are constantly reminding themselves to behave in public, as with my family. Now, consider the wait for the food. You also have to wait for the food, for the drinks, and once again the children might start fighting with each other. I believe that eating a home-cooked meal as a family together is a very integral part of the family structure. It provides many opportunities to enhance the family as a whole. First, you will start working together towards a common goal, such as eating, right? It's a great learning opportunity, not only for your children, but maybe for yourselves as well. And finally, you get to bond as a family, instead of constantly fighting and reminding them to behave themselves. It's a very, very frustrating thing for my dad and my mother to have with 5 kids. With that, I would like to get in my first main point, which is working together. Making a meal for a family can be a very challenging task, especially if both spouses work and the children are just getting back from school. You can easily disseminate some of these tasks to your children and make this a little bit easier on yourself as well. Things like food preparation, setting the table, and even some of the lighter cooking can be done by the children. Or if you have older kids, maybe they can actually do the cooking for you. You can also apply these techniques to clean up. I was tasked all the time by my dad to clean up the table once we were done, me and my brothers and my sister. Plus now, instead of everybody sitting in a restaurant waiting for a table and pulling each other's hair out, you can now work together to do something, and it's just a great feeling overall at the end. Now, once everybody has the preparation done, you can start getting into the learning aspect of actually cooking as a family. You can start teaching your kids the skills that they might want to have when they get older. And you can try learning a new recipe every once in a while, or maybe enhance a recipe that you already have. And you can pass this knowledge on to your kids. I myself started cooking when I was 18. I didn't really have much of experience with it, but I learned, and my first few meals I completely ruined, destroyed, and after a while I became a pretty good cook. I consider myself a pretty good cook. My family loves eating the food I make. My friends love eating the food I make. So I believe that I have come a long way just on self-experience and reading a few things in a book. And now you can pass on skills of learning that you have picked up to your children and pass on these recipes. And think about it this way: would you rather have them eating something they could cook a little bit healthier, or eating fast food once they leave the house, which is what most other people I have encountered with do once they leave their family's residence? Now you have a great opportunity to bond with your family as well. Think about it this way: you can now bond with your family peacefully instead of at a restaurant, pulling each other's hair out and screaming across the table just to hear, especially if you had a loud place like one of the more popular restaurants in your hometown. And take this opportunity to put the technology down too. It was a big rule at my house, even though cell phones were kind of a new thing when I was growing up. There was no cell phones at the table, new CD players. That would all have to be turned off. What I do now is I actually unplug the Wi-Fi if I know that my family is going to be on their phone. Just turn it off completely. It helps, it really does. Now you can actually bond as a family. There might be a little bit of frustration at the beginning, but soon everybody will learn to actually start talking to each other instead of texting on their phones or playing games. Turn off the TV too. That could be a big distractor. Just like with homework. I mean, when it really comes down to it, TV or homework, what are you really going to do? You're going to watch your TV. That's why you should turn it off. Same thing with eating as a family. Probably turn off your TV. And now you can use this time to focus all of your attention on your family. You can bring up issues that they might have. Maybe somebody's not doing so well in school. There's an issue at school. Or maybe they're just having something wrong altogether. Stressful situations in their life that they might be going through. You can't really figure that out if you're constantly on your cell phone, distracted by other things in life. You got to remember that you have to include the rest of your family with all those situations. But anyway, back to the main point of actually eating a home-cooked meal together. It's a great opportunity to find out how everybody's day went as well, and find out where these situations are coming and arising from. So think about the speed of life today. There are not many opportunities for families to actually sit down and bond together and get to actually spend time together. So take this time at the end of the day to actually slow down, relax, and work together. Use the time during cooking to teach your children something. And finally, you can actually bond over a home-cooked meal. That was a very great part of my childhood growing up, was actually sitting down with my entire family and eating. So take this information and apply it if you could. But other than that, thank you for your time.